So by now we know the properties of both a square and a rectangle and what makes squares and rectangles different from one another. Hopefully you watched the video that came before this about is every square rectangle, is every rectangle a square, and you have that knowledge now too. So we're going to be looking at this figure and going over the properties to determine if it's a square, if it's a rectangle, or if it's neither. Because sometimes it's going to be neither, just based off the properties. So let's start. So first off the bat, I know that both of these, that this figure is 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it could be a square so far, it could be a rectangle so far. Great. Now I want to note that I see 4 90-degree angles. Whenever we see this little box that tells us it's 90 degrees, sometimes we might see the number 90, then the degree sign that tells us 2, but this tells us that this is a 90-degree angle, and I see that 4 times. So both, we meet the categories for both of this because they both have 4 90-degree angles. So far it could be either. Now, 4 equal sides, 4 right angles. Sorry, I want to make sure I'm checking off the right thing. 4-sided shape. Okay. Now, here is where we are going to kind of veer off and have to make a definitive decision if it's a square or rectangle. So if we look at the tick marks, I see 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. And then next to one of the tick marks on this side, I see 1 foot. That tells us that everywhere we see 1 tick mark, every side where we see 1 tick mark, or 1 little scraggly line, whatever you want to call it, but the correct word is tick mark, all those sides measure 1 foot. And since we see 4 of them, that tells us that the 4 sides are all equal. If we saw 2 here and 2 here, that would tell us that those sides are equal while these opposite sides are equal. So because all 4 sides are equal, rather than opposite sides, I'm going to put an X next to opposite sides are equal, 4 equal sides, this tells us that it is square. We just have to check one more thing and make sure that the opposite sides are parallel. So I'm going to change colors. I'm going to go over my horizontal sides. Oh, yep, that's definitely parallel to that. They're not going to meet or intersect, and they're an equal distance apart. And I'm going to go over my vertical lines that make up this square. Yep, these are also parallel. So I can determine that this is a square. And the thing that makes it a square is that all 4 sides are equal.